Hello and welcome to the third and final video on manufacturing for Medex. And this one is all about costs. Let's say you and I, we work for an OEM or an original equipment manufacturer. Perhaps we want to manufacture a new version of a blood pressure meter. So what kind of costs are we going to have to make? Well, first we need to have a design. And we need to engineer it properly so that it actually might work. Now, designers, last time I looked, aren't actually working for free. So we'll be paying them. Almost at the same time, we can start the design for manufacturing and the manufacturing engineering. We have to buy all kinds of molds, do all kinds of tooling, train assembly personnel, make sure there's a production line available, and so on. And because products don't generally sell themselves anymore, we need to make some kind of marketing and effort. Train sales crew, announce the product, and so on. Nowadays we can do these three things, so the product development, production development, and the marketing effort concurrently, as concurrent engineering. But all the same, you and I, we're still spending money, and we haven't made a single sale yet. Now suppose this is all done. And we're ready for production. Job one can start. What are the costs? Well, we have to buy materials. We have to buy the components, you know, the stuff that we want to buy in. Have to run our machines. They don't run for free. Have to pay our assembly crew. They don't work for free either. And at one point we finally have a finished product sitting in the box. Oh, we have to pay for the box as well. Sitting in the box waiting for a customer. We still haven't made any money. Oh yes, did I tell about quality inspections and perhaps time-consuming certification trajectories? If we didn't do that properly, we're again waiting before the first money comes in. But again, suppose this is all done. The product is really ready for shipment. Who's going to buy it? Well, most likely it's going to be some kind of wholesaler or some kind of company that buys it from us now. Okay, what are they going to pay? They're going to pay the integral manufacturing cost. That's really the cost of everything we mentioned so far, including, of course, a sales, well, some kind of profit margin. You and I suppose, want to make a profit. And what happens next? Well, the product is shipped, perhaps imported. There can be import taxes and tariffs and fees and all these things that are so much in the news nowadays. It goes to a wholesaler, it goes to a retailer, of course the taxman, value-added tax, and before you know it, the price that a consumer would pay for this is about 3 to 5 times what it actually costs to make. Okay. You could have found everything that I just said in other sources, but there's one thing that for some reason no one really tells you, and it's super important. You may have guessed we have to pay a lot of things up front and only get profits later. Now the thing is, we cannot compare them one to one. That doesn't work. The further ahead in the future that our profits are, and the more uncertain they are, the smaller their net present value gets. So it's not just a question of somehow recouping the money, we have to finance the financing. There is a cost of capital involved. So my recommendation for anyone interested in design for manufacturing is look into something called net present value analysis, because then you will understand the importance of a short time to market. It's not just a question of getting the product right, with the right quality and the right cost. You have to get it right fast, preferably, as they say, yesterday. Let's see, let's round off. What did we have in these videos? I told you about trade-offs between cost, function and quality. I told you about the product structure, which can be integral or modular. I told you about product-specific components and generic components. Then we looked into ways for making these product-specific components, like injection molding, 3D printing, metal casting, and so on. And this final video we looked into cost, and in particular, I hope this is a new item for you, the importance of keeping the time to market or time to money as short as possible. For further reading, I'll provide some links, and all I can do now is to welcome you to the wonderful world that I live in, the wonderful world of design for manufacture.